Hi, I'm Emma, LCA Specialist at Ecochain, and I'm going to show you how you can start modeling your products in Mobius. Getting started with LCA can be very intimidating and difficult, so in this video I would like to help you through that and show you how it can be done. It's meant for beginning users of Mobius, and I'm going to use the t-shirt demo. When I want to add a product, I need to go through two steps. So the first one is to create the product in Mobius, and the second step is to add the product inventory and fill out everything that goes into the product. Let's start with the first step, creating the product. If you want to create a product, you can do so in two ways in Mobius. And the first way is from the Workspace Home tab that we're right now. And I can click this plus next to recent products and create a new product. The second way to create a new product is in the Products tab over here. And here we have this big green button saying Create Product. So let's go ahead. If I want to create a product, I need to do two things. The first thing is to give my product a name. For example, t-shirt cotton purple. The second step is to give my product a unit. So when you're doing an LCA, you're always calculating the environmental impact for a certain amount. So it's really important to define for what amount you're calculating your LCA. In this case, we're doing the LCA for one piece of t-shirt. So I'm going to add piece as the unit. Then we're going to create our product. And now that we've created our product, we have ended up in the second step of the process, which is adding the product inventory. The product inventory consists of all the things that you need to put into your factory or out of it again to create your t-shirt. So think about materials, water maybe, electricity, also some transport of those materials probably, and some waste. So these are all things that we have and that we do in order to make this t-shirt. To add some things to the t-shirt inventory, what we can do is click on the add item bar here and start adding some items. For this t-shirt, we for example need some cotton fabric purple. What you see is that Mobius shows this whole list of items under the name bar in the detail panel. And that is because we already created these objects prior to creating this product. And maybe we can reuse some of these objects. In this case, we want to add purple fabric to our workspace and we don't have that yet. So I'm just going to keep on typing and create cotton fabric purple. The unit of that would be square meters, just like the other fabrics that we have modeled before. We need 1.8 square meters. We can add that. We're also using some other things like, for example, electricity. We already created electricity previously and this is the right item, so we're just going to reuse that. Let's say 0.6 kilowatt hours, so we're going to add that as well. And let's add some water, maybe let's say 20 liters. We're also reusing in this case an object that we already had, just adding that. Let's add some waste fabric, let's say 0.2. We now started creating our product inventory. Actually, cotton fabric purple, we represented this with one line right now, but we know that it contains some more things that we would like to add to this model. So how building your product inventory in Mobius works is that it's hierarchical. So you have different layers. If I want to add something to a certain item, I can just add it to that item and we can make it part of that item. So for example here, if I want to expand on the cotton fabric purple, I can add a sub-item to this item, for example, purple colorant, because that is something we use for this fabric. I can add that, and now you see that it has become a part of the cotton fabric purple. Whenever I reuse this object will contain all of the items that I've added to it. So I'm also going to add some cotton fabric, this one, and I'm also going to add some water and some bleach. So let's add that. It's important to know that whenever you're adding something to a certain item, you need to click on the plus in the item that you want to add it to. Finally, I'm going to add some bleach and I still want to add it to the fabric. Like this. Just to show you how many layers you can have, you can go very far in how many layers you have. So the cotton fabric already contains a lot of items and they are now all included into the cotton fabric purple. So in this video, I've shown you how to create your product and your product inventory in Mobius and start modeling your own product LCA. The next step would be to add some impact to our model, to all of the items that we have. I'll explain that in another video, how you can do that. If you are still having any problems with creating your product or building your product inventory, we have a lot of resources available. We have online courses, we have a help center. You can check out our online resources or get in touch with us. Good luck doing your own LCAs.